Hello everyone and welcome to another online story time with the Massanutten Regional Library. I'm Miss Stephanie, the children's librarian at the Page Public Library, and I decided to film one more story time for the summer. And today, this is for you pre-Kers out there, we're going to be doing dragons and unicorns. So let's get started. I have some very magical books that I hope you will enjoy. So let me put these aside and we'll get our first book out of the day, and it is called Waking Dragons by Jane Yolen. And then there's a note on the door that says, "Don't forget to wake the dragons before school." Dragons wake up. Dragons rise. Dragons open dragon eyes. Dragons blink. Dragons bumble. Dragons leap and dragons tumble out of bed. To brush their teeth, the fangs above, the fangs beneath. Put their jammies in the hamper. Then all dragons skip and scamper. Down the hall on 4 big feet, to the kitchen there to eat. Breakfast waffles topped with syrup, which makes dragons really cheer up. Wipe their faces, runny noses, get into their outdoor clothes. Kiss their dragon mom goodbye, leap from cave into the sky, where dragons get to fly. And they're taking him to night school. Isn't that nice? And fly and fly. The end. All right, so the next book we're going to read is about unicorns. And this one is called Unicorn Club by Susie Senior. Let's see what this one's about. Saturday morning felt full of excitement. Saturday morning was sure to be great. Amy was starting a unicorn fan club. The poster was ready and taped to the gate. It said in big letters in shiny pink pen, "Unicorn Club is today in the treehouse. Everyone welcome at 10:15. Crafts and a snack and just 10 cents admission." Amy was waiting. She jumped and she jiggled. She nibbled a cookie and leaned on the gate. No one was coming. The whole street was empty. Her friends had forgotten, or else they were late. Her Unicorn Club was a total disaster. She finished her cookie and tried not to cry. She pulled down the sign and set off for her treehouse. Aww. Which wobbled and creaked, and then someone said, "Hi." A hairy pink face filled the treehouse window. A big silver bottom poked out the door. A tail swished impatiently over the railing. A clatter of hooves seemed to rattle the floor. "At last," cried a voice, "we've been waiting forever. When do the crafts start? We can't wait to see." "Unicorns, really?" gasped Amy, astonished. "Of course," they all laughed. "Well, what else would we be?" The smallest squeezed out and he slid down the ladder. His glorious horns sparkled bright in the sun. "I am Legend," he whinnied and nuzzled her elbow. "I'm sure your Unicorn Club will be fun." So Amy thought fast. "You're too big for the treehouse." She ran to the garage and waved them all in. She got out the crowns and glitter and paint jars. The unicorn crafts were about to begin. They stopped and they sparkled on huge sheets of paper. They cut and they colored and glittered and glued. Then Legend got hungry. "What snacks are we having?" And Amy rushed to find unicorn food. What do you guys think that unicorns eat? The unicorns crunched and they snuffled and slobbered. For magical beasts, they weren't very polite. Until they were done and the food was demolished. And then they licked Amy with total delight. "Okay, Google Amy, it's time for some dancing, with ribbons to win for the funkiest moves." They wriggled and rocked and they rolled on the floorboards. They discoed and boogied and kicked up their hooves. "Fantastic," said Amy. "I can't choose a winner. Let's all have a ribbon." She passed them around. The unicorns neighed and tossed their manes proudly. But, oh, Amy saw something squashed on the ground. "What's wrong, Legend?" asked, trotting over to help. "My chalk," Amy sniffed, staring into the tub. "I wanted to brighten our room with a mural." "Hang on," Legend grinned. "This is a unicorn club." So he lowered his head. His horns started glowing. The air started to shimmer with colors and light. Whoosh! They had brushes and jars full of rainbows, and they got to work. And soon it looked just right. So Saturday morning was full of excitement. Saturday morning turned out to be great. The Unicorn Club is completely amazing. They're meeting next weekend, and Amy can't wait. The end. All right, so let's read another dragon book. And this dragon isn't quite as nice as the one in the first book. It's called Dragon Was Terrible, and the person who wrote this is called Calais de Puccio. Let's see what happens. Dragon was terrible. Naturally, dragons have a bit of terrible in them because they're dragons after all. But this dragon here, super terrible. He stomped on flowers. He played tricks on the guards. And he spit on cupcakes. Who does that? Dragon, that's who. That's not all. He scribbled in books. He threw sand, and he took candy from baby unicorns. Honestly, that's just terrible. The king had had enough. "Enough," he said, and he posted this sign. "Brave knights, whoever shall take the terrible dragon shall be rewarded with a gift. It shall be a nice gift. You shall like it. His Royal Majesty the King." Knights lined up to show off their dragon taming skills. They all failed miserably, and dragon just grew even more terrible. He chased fuzzy yellow ducklings around the boat. He TP'd the castle, and he burnt every last royal marshmallow to a blackened crisp. He popped birthday balloons. He drew funny faces on the drawbridge, and he burped in church, loudly. Honestly, that's terrible and rude. A boy wearing a feathered cap and a look of determination had enough. Only he didn't say enough like you thought he would. Instead, he sketched a story. And the next day, Dragon followed a trail of marshmallows to a shady tree where the boy was reading. The boy spotted the dragon out of the corner of his eye and began to read aloud in a booming voice. "And then the brave dragon swooped in to save the princess," he said. Dragon stopped in his tracks. But the terrible knight pulled out his wicked sword. Dragon pretended not to listen. And the brave dragon roared, and the free cat knights trembled in his boots. Dragon pretended to walk away. The crowd began to gather, and Dragon took cover in a tree. The boy continued reading, page after page after page, until... Snap crash! Dragon landed on the ground with a terrible thud. The crowd gasped. The dragon roared. The clever boy didn't flinch. He reached a hand to the dragon and said, "Would you like to hear how the story ends?" And just when you thought it was impossible, Dragon smiled, and he took a seat beneath the tree with the other children. Honestly, that's adorable. The king cheered. The villagers cheered. The baby unicorn and fuzzy ducklings cheered the loudest of all. At long last, the terrible dragon had been tamed. The end. Oh, hey, wait, what was the reward? Oh, yes, that. The gift was a new friend. A nice dragon, of course. The end. All right, guys, I hope you liked that story. We're going to read one more book, and this one's going to be about unicorns. And this one is called Unicorn Thinks He's Pretty Great. And it is written by Bob Shea. All right, so let's see what happens with this unicorn. Oh, we got a goat to start with. Things are a lot different around here since that unicorn moved in. I thought I was pretty cool when I rode my bike to school. Until that show-off went flying by. Or the time I made marshmallow squares that almost came out right. He made it rain cupcakes. Then at the big talent show, I was dropping my signature dance moves. And when he steps up with some pretty serious prancing and wins first prize. That's not all. It gets much, much worse. Check out this great magic trick that I totally invented. Okay, close your eyes. Keep them closed. Ta-da! While your eyes were closed, I pulled this quarter out from behind your ear. Nice, right? Well, when I get to school to try it out, he's turning stuff into gold. I can't follow that. Dopey unicorn thinks he's so great. How could anyone be friends with that guy? Look at me, I'm Unicorn. I think I'm so cool. Blah, 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 blah. Well, this goat's not buying it. Great, here he comes. What is that heavenly smell? Goat cheese pizza. I'm a goat. What? Goats have cheese? Unicorns don't have cheese. May I try? This cheese is fantastic. So creamy and delicious. It's also good smeared on a tin can or sprinkled on some garbage. Lucky, I can only eat glitter and rainbows. Darn my sensitive stomach. Don't be so hard on yourself. Just look at your fantastic horn. That thing is nuts. It's just for show. All it's good for is for pointing. I can't play soccer. One headbutt and it's game over. Pain in the neck horn. Not you, though. I bet those awesome horns are perfect for soccer. I have an idea. With your magic and my awesomeness, we'd be an unstoppable team. Trouble at the bank? Taste my cloven justice. You've been unicorned. Nice, right? Sure. Or we can just go to the park and play. You know something, Unicorn? I had a feeling that we'd be friends. The end. All right, thank you so much for joining me for story time. I hope every one of you has a wonderful summer. The library will be open. We'll be starting our summer reading program on June 7th. And there's a lot of fun prizes and books that you can get and read and just have a lot of fun. So I'll have some information about it at the end for your adult. But thank you again, and I look forward to sharing more stories with you soon. Have a good day. Bye.